Hey everybody, I want to share today that my little girl's gonna sing a song in a minute. And it's an old gospel song, but I love to hear her sing it and stuff. And I might try to help her, although that's not one of my spiritual gifts. But it's talking about the love of Jesus, and without the love of Jesus, it says in 1 John 4:19, he says, we love him because he first loved us. That's the only way that we're going to be able to love ourselves. That's the only way we're going to be able to love anybody. Because it goes on to say that if we don't love our brother, the love of God don't abide in us. And I have to love myself, and I have to be able to love others too, the way that God's called us to do. Because there's so many people struggle with loving ourselves, and don't get me wrong, I don't got it all together. It ain't all peace, love, and tie-dye for me all the time. And don't think it is. The devil comes at me just like he comes at anybody else and tries to remind me of what I used to do and how I used to be and what I used to be. But the Bible tells me that greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world. And today I know that all that stuff is lies, But I've got to learn to love myself. I've got to learn to like myself. That's the kind of love he's talking about. I've got to be comfortable with myself, and I have to know that the reason I'm able to love myself or like myself today is because he first loved me and sent his son to die on the cross for me and you and anybody else that wants to have salvation and go to it by the cross. He done that for us so that we might be able to love ourselves and in turn turn around and love somebody else and do what God has called us to do and love on one another and be good to one another and have unity with one another. And Paul says in Ephesians, be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God for Christ's sake has forgiven you. And you know what? The only way I can do that, the only way that you can do that, and the only way that you can like yourself or even live with yourself is through the love of Jesus. Everybody has to lay down on their head down on the pillow at night. Everybody. And when they lay down on their head down on the pillow at night, it's just them and God. That's all they are there. And I'm able to do that today. And I hate to see anybody struggle that's not able to do that today when I know there's a better way, when I know that there's a way. Like I say, it ain't all easy, and it ain't all, the devil comes at me too. But, I have to remind him of his future when he comes at me. I'm not the man I used to be. I am by no means where I need to be, I'm sure. But I am by no means where I was at either. I can promise you that. And that's only through God. That has nothing to do with me. Just because I got tired of hating everybody, hating life, hating all the chaos that I created. I got tired of living in that way, and I cried out to God, and guess what? He heard me. He heard my cry, just like he'll hear your cry. So if you know somebody that's struggling, share this with them. Subscribe, do whatever. But just keep sharing it so somebody out there needs to know that God is there for you and he wants you to love yourself. We're created in the image of a holy God. He done that for us, because he wanted a relationship with us. That's amazing to me how that works. But I'm going to let my little girl sing, and I might try to help her a little bit so she'll remember the verses. But I'm going to help her sing this song, and then I'm going to cut it off. But I want you to know that I hope you have a blessed day. And like I say, if you know somebody that's struggling with not even liking themselves, Jesus will enable us to be able to love ourselves. And it's a process. It don't happen overnight. But I'm able to lay down with myself today. That's a blessing. If you've ever been to the point in your life where you ain't been able to lay down with yourself or like yourself, when you are, it's a blessing. It's something that you don't take for granted. It's something that you guard with all your heart. But I want you to know that I love you today. Jesus loves you is what's more important. And he'll enable you to be able to love yourself and love other people around you. Go ahead, baby. There is a name I love. Sing that, baby.
I love the singing word that sounds like music in my ears. The sweetest name on earth.
Sing it.
Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Because he first loved me.
Amen. You done good. But anyway, I just want you to know today that Jesus loves us. Jesus loves you. And I hope y'all have a blessed day.